Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly manifest abundance while others struggle, no matter how hard they try? What if the key to attracting the life you desire lies not in your external actions, but in the frequency you're vibrating at internally? Imagine if you could tap into a hidden power, an unseen force within you that could transform not just your mindset, but your entire reality. The idea of frequency may sound abstract, but it is very real. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs create energy that radiates outward, influencing the world around us. Whether we consciously realize it or not, we are constantly emitting vibrations that either align us with abundance or keep us in a state of scarcity. To manifest abundance correctly, we need to align our inner frequency with the energy of the universe, letting go of limiting beliefs and past programming that hold us back. But how do we unlock this power? The answer lies in understanding the science of vibration, the connection between our minds and bodies, and how we can consciously shift our internal state to attract what we truly desire. By diving into the principles of quantum physics and neuroscience, we can understand how our energy interacts with the world around us, ultimately helping us create the life we've always dreamed of. In this video, we will explore how to activate the hidden frequency that governs your ability to manifest abundance. You will learn not just the spiritual principles, but also the scientific truths that back them. Together, we'll break free from the patterns of scarcity, embrace the abundance that is rightfully yours, and align your energy with the universal flow to manifest your deepest desires. How the lack of internal confidence creates blockages in manifestation and prevents abundance. The journey toward manifestation is often overshadowed by an invisible force that quietly holds us back: the lack of internal confidence. At first glance, it might seem like a minor issue, something easily overlooked in the quest for greater wealth, love, or success. However, a deeper exploration reveals that this lack of confidence is one of the most significant barriers to manifesting abundance in any form. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you felt unsure about your ability to achieve your dreams? Have you doubted your worthiness or questioned whether you deserve the things you're striving for? This inner doubt, this wavering belief in yourself, creates a frequency that is misaligned with abundance. The energy you emit, instead of radiating confidence and clarity, resonates with fear and uncertainty. And as we know, like attracts like. If you're vibrating at a frequency of self-doubt, you will attract more situations that reinforce that belief. In order to manifest abundance, you need to be fully aligned with the belief that you are deserving of all the good that the universe has to offer. This requires a strong sense of internal confidence, a deep trust in your own abilities, and the unwavering belief that your dreams are not only possible, but also already on their way to you. Without this foundation, manifestation remains a distant goal, no matter how many affirmations or visualization techniques you try. The energy you project must be aligned with the reality you wish to create, and if there's a gap between your desires and your inner self-perception, that gap becomes the blockage. Neuroscientific research has shown that our beliefs shape our actions, which in turn shape our reality. When you don't believe in yourself, your brain's neural pathways reinforce feelings of insecurity and limitation. This negative self-talk creates a feedback loop where your brain focuses on the negative, reinforcing feelings of fear and doubt. This not only limits your actions, but also alters the energy you emit, keeping you stuck in a perpetual state of lack. However, this process is reversible. Just as negative neural pathways can be formed, they can also be reprogrammed. The brain has an incredible ability to rewire itself through consistent practice and mental discipline. By consciously choosing to affirm your worth and capabilities, you can create new pathways that align you with the frequency of abundance. This means that with focused effort and intentionality, you can rebuild your self-esteem and rewire your mind to naturally attract the abundance you deserve. A real-world example of this can be seen in the story of a woman who, for years, struggled with a deep sense of inadequacy. She wanted to start her own business, but the fear of failure paralyzed her. She constantly found herself trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, convinced that she wasn't good enough to succeed. But when she began to focus on building her confidence, slowly shifting her internal dialogue from "I can't" to "I am capable," things started to change. Through regular practices of self-affirmation and meditation, she rewired her brain and broke free from the fear that once held her back. Eventually, she not only launched her business but also attracted clients and opportunities that seemed to flow effortlessly to her. The shift in her confidence wasn't just a mental change, it was a complete transformation of her energy and vibration, aligning her with the abundance she had always desired. This process of transformation is available to everyone. Building internal confidence doesn't require a dramatic overnight change, but rather consistent, intentional practice. Start by acknowledging your strengths, no matter how small they may seem. Practice daily affirmations that focus on your worthiness and capability. Each time you experience self-doubt, counter it with a positive thought or affirmation that challenges the negativity. Over time, these small shifts will create a ripple effect, reprogramming your mind to align with abundance. In addition to mental techniques, physical practices such as yoga or breathwork can help ground your energy and reconnect you with your inner strength. These practices not only help calm the nervous system, but also foster a sense of connection to your body, reinforcing the message that you are strong, capable, and deserving of success. By integrating these practices into your daily routine, you will not only build your internal confidence, but also align your energy with the manifestation of your desires. As you begin to strengthen your confidence and shift your internal state, you'll notice a change in the opportunities that come your way. Abundance will no longer seem like a distant dream. It will become a reality that you attract naturally through the powerful frequency you're emitting. Your confidence will become the magnetic force that pulls your desires toward you. Now let's explore how this confidence influences the frequency we emit, particularly in relation to the mindset of scarcity. Why the vibration of scarcity is more linked to your brain than you might imagine. The concept of scarcity is not just a financial or material state, it is a deep psychological and emotional state that permeates every aspect of our lives. Scarcity isn't just about lacking money or possessions, it's about the belief that there is never enough. Not enough time, not enough love, not enough opportunity. This belief forms a vibration that we constantly emit, and just like the vibrations of confidence, it attracts what we feel we lack. But what is often overlooked is how deeply this vibration of scarcity is rooted in the brain. From a neurological perspective, the feeling of scarcity is linked to the primitive brain, the area responsible for survival instincts and decision-making. Our brains are wired to focus on threats, dangers, and the things we might lose. This is a survival mechanism that has evolved over millions of years. However, in today's world, this mechanism often translates to a constant, underlying fear of not having enough. This fear manifests itself as a mental block that limits our ability to manifest abundance. If the brain is wired to focus on what's missing, it will naturally draw more situations and experiences that confirm that lack. The brain, in its natural state, is more likely to dwell on negative thoughts, focusing on problems rather than solutions, and reinforcing the cycle of scarcity. This is a dangerous loop, one that perpetuates the belief that abundance is unattainable, further embedding scarcity into our frequency. But here's the good news. Once we understand how scarcity is wired into our brains, we can begin to reprogram it. Neuroscientists and thought leaders like Joe Dispenza have shown us that the brain is malleable, capable of changing its neural pathways with consistent practice. The brain is not a fixed entity. It is a dynamic organ, constantly shaping itself based on experiences and habits. By consciously choosing to focus on abundance, gratitude, and possibility, we can rewire the brain to move away from the scarcity mindset and instead align with the energy of abundance. One of the primary ways this works is by focusing on the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. When you engage in positive practices like visualization, affirmations, and gratitude exercises, you are literally creating new neural pathways that support an abundant mindset. The more you train your brain to focus on the abundance that exists in your life, the more natural it becomes to perceive the world through a lens of possibility and growth, rather than limitation and fear. This shift in brain activity has profound implications on your vibrational frequency. The thoughts and beliefs you carry shape your energy field, influencing the reality you manifest. When your brain is tuned to thoughts of scarcity, your energy field emits a frequency of lack, and the universe responds by reflecting that lack back to you. However, when you begin to train your brain to think abundantly, your energy field shifts, and you begin to attract the opportunities, people, and resources that align with that new vibration. This transformation is not immediate, nor is it always easy, but it is absolutely possible with consistent practice. A prime example of this is the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton, a renowned biologist who emphasizes the importance of mindset and perception in influencing our biological reality. Dr. Lipton's research shows that our perceptions of scarcity or abundance directly affect our genetic expression. When we adopt a mindset of scarcity, we activate stress-related genes, which can lead to physical and emotional imbalances. On the other hand, by cultivating a mindset of abundance, we can activate genes that promote healing, growth, and vitality. This not only affects our emotional state, but also has a direct impact on our physical well-being. One powerful tool to begin shifting this scarcity mindset is through the practice of gratitude. By consistently focusing on the things in our lives that are already abundant, we create a neurological shift that alters our perception of reality. Gratitude is a powerful tool because it forces the brain to focus on the positive, the plentiful, and the fulfilling aspects of life, no matter how small they may seem. Over time, this practice rewires the brain to naturally focus on the abundance that already exists, which in turn attracts more of the same. Another essential technique for breaking the cycle of scarcity is visualization. When you visualize yourself living a life of abundance, you are not just imagining an ideal scenario, you are creating a new neural pathway that aligns with that abundant future. Visualization helps the brain recognize the possibility of abundance, which then transforms your belief system and ultimately your vibration. The more vividly you can see yourself living a life of abundance, the more the brain will begin to create the conditions necessary to manifest that vision. Scarcity, like any other belief, is a habit, a deeply ingrained way of thinking that becomes automatic over time. The key to breaking free from this habit is through conscious awareness and consistent practice. It is through changing our thoughts and beliefs about what is possible that we can transform our internal vibration and, as a result, attract the life we want. The first step is recognizing that scarcity is not a truth. It is simply a pattern of thinking that can be unlearned. By understanding the neurological basis of scarcity, we can begin to shift our mindset. With time and dedication, we can rewire the brain to see abundance in every corner of life, shifting our frequency to match the reality we wish to create. This change in our internal state will ripple outward, transforming not just our mindset but our energy, relationships, and opportunities. The moment we align our thoughts with abundance, the universe will begin to mirror that energy back to us in ways we may not yet fully understand. The fatal mistake of trying to manifest. Without working on your emotional coherence, manifestation is often seen as a purely mental exercise. Think positive thoughts, visualize your dreams, and the universe will deliver. While these practices are essential, there is one critical element that is frequently overlooked in the process: emotional coherence. Without emotional coherence, the law of attraction simply doesn't work, no matter how hard we try to manifest our desires. At its core, emotional coherence refers to the alignment of our emotions with our thoughts, intentions, and desires. When our emotional state is misaligned, it creates a discordant frequency, one that contradicts our conscious desires. Imagine trying to manifest abundance while simultaneously feeling deep down that you're not worthy of it, or that it's never coming to you. This internal conflict sends out a mixed signal to the universe, causing confusion and stagnation in the manifestation process. The science behind emotional coherence is rooted in the connection between the heart and the brain. Research has shown that the heart produces a powerful electromagnetic field, which interacts with the brain and influences our overall energy. When the heart and mind are in alignment, the energy field we emit becomes coherent and powerful. On the other hand, when we experience emotional turmoil, feelings of fear, anger, or anxiety, the energy becomes disorganized, weakening our manifestation ability. It's like trying to tune a radio to the perfect frequency while your dial is constantly jumping between different stations. The result? Static. You may be putting out energy, but it isn't aligned with what you want to attract. This emotional dissonance is often unconscious. For instance, many people desire financial abundance but feel deep-seated anxiety around money. This fear of lack can stem from past experiences, cultural conditioning, or simply a belief that money is hard to come by. Even when we consciously try to think positively, the unconscious emotional patterns we carry undermine our efforts. Our minds may say, "I want abundance," but our hearts are sending out a very different message. "I'm not sure I deserve it," or "there's not enough to go around." In this case, the emotional energy sabotages the manifestation process, preventing the flow of abundance. Emotional coherence is a delicate balance between our thoughts, feelings, and intentions. The brain may rationally understand that abundance is possible, but if our emotions are still rooted in fear, guilt, or shame, we create a blockage in our energy. The key to breaking free from this cycle is to first acknowledge and then address these emotional blockages. Manifestation is not just about positive thinking, it's about emotional alignment with the vibration of what we desire. A pivotal figure in this understanding of emotional coherence is Dr. Joe Dispenza, a leading researcher in the field of neuroplasticity and quantum physics. He teaches that when we feel fear, stress, or anger, we are essentially creating a negative emotional state that shapes our biology and energy field. In his work, Dr. Dispenza emphasizes that true transformation occurs when we consciously shift our emotional state to one of love, gratitude, and joy. These high-vibration emotions send out a coherent signal that aligns the brain, body, and energy field, enabling us to manifest more effectively. One of the most powerful tools for achieving emotional coherence is meditation. Through meditation, we can slow down the mind and create space to connect with our emotions. This practice allows us to observe our feelings without judgment and over time reprogram emotional responses to external events. When we meditate regularly, we build emotional resilience and the ability to maintain inner peace, even in the face of challenges. This inner peace is the foundation of emotional coherence, as it helps us align our thoughts with our desired outcomes. Another essential tool for emotional coherence is breath work. Breathing exercises are powerful because they help regulate the nervous system, reduce stress, and bring us back into a state of emotional balance. The act of deep, conscious breathing signals to the brain that we are safe and supported, which in turn shifts our emotional state. When we breathe deeply and slowly, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight-or-flight response and helps restore balance in the body and mind. By practicing breath work regularly, we create the emotional coherence necessary for effective manifestation. It's important to note that emotional coherence doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions or pretending everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging those emotions, understanding their source, and then consciously choosing to release them. Negative emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but when we allow them to control us, they create discord within our energy field. The process of emotional coherence involves recognizing these emotions and then gently guiding them back into alignment with the positive emotions we want to cultivate. For instance, if you feel fear about your financial situation, take a moment to sit with that fear. Instead of ignoring it, acknowledge it, understand where it comes from, and then allow yourself to feel the emotion fully. Once you've processed it, shift your focus to gratitude for what you already have, your health, your relationships, your opportunities. By shifting your emotional state in this way, you align your energy with abundance, allowing it to flow into your life. In this process, patience is key. Emotional coherence takes time and practice. It's not about achieving instant perfection, but rather about building a steady, consistent practice of emotional awareness and alignment. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to respond to challenges with emotional balance rather than emotional reactivity. This is the state of emotional coherence, a place where your heart and mind are fully aligned, sending out a powerful, unified frequency to the universe. By working on your emotional coherence, you remove the energetic blockages that prevent manifestation. As your emotions become more aligned with your desires, you begin to attract the opportunities, people, and experiences that reflect that energy. Abundance will no longer feel like a distant goal, but a natural outcome of your emotional and energetic alignment. Simple techniques to reprogram your mindset and unlock your abundance frequency. Reprogramming the mind is not a one-time task. It is a journey of consistent effort and dedication. We have all encountered the frustrating experience of wanting to change our lives but feeling as though we are trapped by our own thoughts, beliefs, and habits. The key to breaking free from these limitations lies in the power of the mind to reshape itself. With the right tools and techniques, we can rewire our brain, eliminate limiting beliefs, and align ourselves with the frequency of abundance. The first step in reprogramming the mind is recognizing that our thoughts are not fixed. They are dynamic, shifting, and open to change. Every thought we have creates a neural connection in the brain, reinforcing a particular pattern of thinking. These patterns form the foundation of our beliefs, which in turn govern our actions. If we hold the belief that success is unattainable or that we are unworthy of abundance, these thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy. We take actions, or fail to take them, based on these limiting beliefs, and our reality mirrors the frequency we are emitting. Fortunately, we have the power to change these patterns. The concept of neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural pathways, holds the key to this transformation. By consciously directing our thoughts and emotions toward more empowering beliefs, we can rewire the brain and establish new patterns that align us with abundance. One powerful technique for reprogramming the mind is the use of positive affirmations. Affirmations are simple statements that reflect the reality we wish to create. By repeating these statements daily, we send a clear signal to the brain about the reality we are choosing to embody. The more we repeat an affirmation, the more the brain begins to believe it to be true. Over time, this repetition creates new neural pathways that align our thinking with our desires. For example, if you are trying to manifest financial abundance, you might affirm, "I am worthy of abundance and I attract wealth effortlessly." By saying this affirmation with conviction and emotion, you begin to shift your subconscious mind toward the belief that abundance is already a part of your life. This change in thought patterns will naturally lead to actions that support this new belief, attracting opportunities and resources that align with your financial goals. Another powerful technique is visualization. Visualization involves mentally picturing yourself already living the life you desire, experiencing the emotions, sensations, and fulfillment that come with it. The brain cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. So when you visualize yourself in a state of abundance, the brain begins to form neural connections that align with that vision. This not only helps you maintain focus on your goals, but also strengthens the belief that your desired reality is possible. To make visualization more effective, incorporate as much detail as possible. Picture yourself in your ideal environment, whether that's a new home, a successful business, or a fulfilling relationship. Engage all of your senses. Imagine the sights, sounds, smells, and even the emotions you would feel in this ideal scenario. The more real you make the experience in your mind, the more your brain will accept it as truth, helping to shift your frequency toward abundance. In addition to affirmations and visualization, gratitude is another essential tool in reprogramming the mind. Gratitude is a high-frequency emotion that instantly shifts the energy we are emitting. When we focus on what we already have, we signal to the brain that we are abundant. This shift in perspective allows us to attract more of what we are grateful for, whether that's love, money, opportunities, or health. To use gratitude as a reprogramming tool, begin by creating a daily gratitude practice. Each day, take a moment to reflect on the things in your life that you are thankful for. These can be big or small, from the love of family to the simple pleasure of a cup of coffee in the morning. As you focus on the abundance you already have, you'll begin to notice more things to be grateful for, amplifying your sense of abundance and aligning your energy with the frequency of wealth and prosperity. Another technique to reprogram the mind is through meditation. Meditation allows you to quiet the mind and become more aware of your thoughts. By observing your thoughts without judgment, you can begin to recognize patterns of negativity or limitation that may be holding you back. Once you've identified these patterns, you can consciously replace them with more empowering beliefs. Meditation also helps you cultivate emotional coherence, bringing your thoughts, feelings, and intentions into alignment with your desired reality. The practice of mindful breathing is another effective tool for shifting your mindset. Deep, conscious breathing helps calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and bring you into a state of presence. When we are present, we are not focused on past regrets or future anxieties. Instead, we are able to tap into the abundance of the present moment. By practicing mindful breathing throughout the day, you can stay grounded and aligned with the vibration of abundance. Finally, one of the most powerful ways to reprogram the mind is through self-compassion. Many of us have been conditioned to be hard on ourselves, constantly striving for perfection and never feeling good enough. This inner criticism only reinforces limiting beliefs and keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-doubt. Practicing self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding that you would offer to a loved one. When you approach yourself with compassion, you create a safe and nurturing environment for growth, allowing abundance to flow freely into your life. By incorporating these techniques into your daily routine, you can begin to reprogram your mind and unlock your true potential. Remember, the key to manifestation is not simply about thinking positively. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the energy of abundance. As you shift your mindset and vibrational frequency, you will naturally attract the opportunities, relationships, and resources that will help you manifest your desires. The process of reprogramming the mind takes time, but it is one of the most powerful tools you can use to transform your life. Each small shift in your thinking brings you closer to the life you want to create. With consistency and dedication, you can unlock your abundance frequency and manifest the life of your dreams. As we reach the end of this journey, it's important to reflect on the profound power that lies within each of us. Manifestation is not a passive process. It is an active, intentional creation that begins from the inside out. The energy we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shapes the reality we experience. By understanding the science of vibration and learning how to align our frequency with abundance, we can unlock the hidden potential within us and create a life that reflects our deepest desires. Remember, the journey toward abundance is not about forcing outcomes or trying to control the universe. It's about aligning with the natural flow of life, trusting in your worthiness, and having the courage to embrace the unknown. The tools we've explored, confidence building, reprogramming the mind, emotional coherence, and gratitude, are all pieces of a greater puzzle that, when put together, reveal the life you've always dreamed of. Manifestation isn't about quick fixes or instant results. It's a process of ongoing transformation. With patience, consistency, and a deep belief in yourself, you can break through any barriers and become the master of your own destiny. The universe is always responding to the frequency you're emitting, so why not make it one that attracts love, abundance, and infinite possibilities? Now take a moment to ask yourself, are you ready to fully embrace your power and begin manifesting the abundance you deserve? Are you ready to transform your life and step into the abundance that awaits you? If this message resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and join our community of like-minded individuals dedicated to personal growth and manifestation. Keep watching as we dive deeper into the tools that will help you unlock your fullest potential. Stay tuned for more life-changing content, and remember, the universe is waiting to align with your frequency.